everyone, I am Jill and welcome back to Whispering Willow Farm. Today's video I am so pumped to share with you. It's going to be a short video, but it's going to be so stinking helpful. So I'm going to share with you guys today how I hard prune my tomato seedlings to create a 2-liter or a double-liter system. So if you don't know what that means, it's essentially where you train a tomato plant by pruning. Instead of creating one singular stem, it creates two. So what one tomato plant would produce on one stem, you have now doubled, which means literally you are double and increasing the yield on that one tomato plant. So this is the method that we use out in our greenhouse. I'm going to insert some videos here so you guys can see. You guys, this is a lot of stinking food. It's a lot of tomato plants. We were harvesting over 100 pounds every single week all summer long. A common question I've been getting asked is, can you really double your fruit yield by hard pruning your tomato plants on a 2-liter system or a double-liter system? This is what my greenhouse looked like this past summer, and I 100% doubled my yield per plant because I was adding an additional vine that could grow additional fruit. So instead of having one vine producing only a certain amount, you're essentially doubling the amount per plant that you hard prune to this 2-liter system. Alright, so here we have our little baby tomato plant, alright? This is a blue cream berries. Now, I'll be honest, I came through and hard pruned all my tomatoes the other day that are going on the greenhouse, and I thought, oh man, I really should do a video for my folks on YouTube. So this is one that was going to go to the plant sale. This is not a variety that I'm actually growing on the farm this year, but that's alright. So this is a perfect size. The sooner that you do this, the better, because it is going to stunt your plant a little bit. It's going to have to bounce back. But one thing that's important when you decide to hard prune your tomato plants is you want to make sure that it has set on its first set of true leaves. That is something that has to be done before you can do that. And so what we have right here are these cotyledons, which is just a fancy name for these little, leaves right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go right above the cotyledons. So you're going to go right above where these little leaves are. And you are simply going to pinch the top off of your tomato plant. Now, if you're still watching, I should give you a round of applause because I know many of you guys probably just totally cringed and you thought, what did you do? You decapitated your tomato. I absolutely did. Now, don't think that this is wasted. You can actually root this in soil and you can create another plant and you can clone it, okay? So you do not have to just throw away the tops. I'll be honest, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do that. That's a lot of time. But if it's one of those things that you don't want to just, compost or scrap this, root this down in some soil and clone that bad boy, and you totally can. But now I'm going to show you what's going to happen after you've hard pruned the top off of your tomato seedlings. Alright, so here is one of the ones I did the other day. So what's going to happen is right above these cotyledon leaves, you're going to see 2 new stems, 2 new leaders begin to grow. So let's say you had never pruned your tomato. What's going to happen is this one stem is going to be the main supporting stem of your plant. It's going to grow all the way up. You're going to trellis that however you choose to trellis that, and then it's going to set on fruit. Well, now what's going to happen is right above these cotyledon leaves where you have pruned it off, it's going to put on 2 stems, and you are going to trellis both of those stems, and they're both going to be fruit producing stems. They're going to be 2 main leaders. And so this is really, really incredible. This will be my 3rd year doing this. I have noticed such a high yield. We do this with our cherry tomatoes. We do this with our you can do this with a hybrid, you can do this with a heirloom, you can do this like I mentioned, whether you're growing in a high tunnel or you are not. You just have to make sure that you have the right trellising techniques, which I will do a video later on that when we get ready to transplant these out. And so you guys, that is it. You want to know how to create a 2-liter system? So many of you guys ask me how I create that system in my high tunnel. This is how. You need to go out into your greenhouse or maybe into your grow room, and you need to start pinching the tops off of your tomatoes. I promise it might make you cringe a little in the beginning, but this is literally going to double. You can get over 40 pounds of tomatoes, depending on the variety that you're growing, off of one plant by doing this. That is crazy. And if you're growing in a small space and you want to grow high yields, this is how you do it. You have to do things that are a little unconventional. You have to do things that are a bit unorthodox, but I promise they will yield results, and they will yield great, abundant results. So I want to know, leave it in the comments, do you plan on decapitating your little tomato seedlings to create a 2-liter system on your farm this year? And if you have more questions about this system, leave me a comment and I will be sure to get to those. I'll have Nathan funnel them to me. But thank you all for hanging out in the greenhouse with me. I hope you'll go prune your tomatoes. I'll talk to you soon.